Hello, everybody out there who are fans of Unveiling Glory and Cat and Dog Theology. Again, this is Bremwell with me here from Kenya. And I just wanted to share a quick little story. Bremwell came to me and just said, Bob, thank you for the funds to help do the editing and for all the things that have been purchased. I said, don't thank me. I didn't spend the money. There were people who gave to make this happen. So he wants to give a thank you to you. Give him a thank you, and then we're going to talk very quickly about what's going on in the future. So go ahead.
So this is to everybody that made it possible for the resources to be realized. We needed about $1,500 to do the post-production of the video that has been shot. And this is just to say thank you so much for responding to the call to step in to help make that possible. There's a team in Kenya that's excited about doing this, and they were concerned about how are we going to raise the resources that are needed to do the post-production. So I've shared with them that that has been made possible, and so I just want to say thank you and may God bless you.
Amen. And then the thousands of others that got him here to come and to travel. And
Yes.
so tell us very quickly about the future. How many people in Kenya is it going to be touching?
So right now there's TV stations that are going to be taking the programming and reaching at least 25 million people, and there's conversations and talks with other TV stations even outside of Kenya to reach millions. So we are thinking that in the first few months of the program rolling out, there will be at least 70 million people being reached. There's even TV station that is broadcasting on satellite all throughout the Middle East and throughout Sub-Saharan Africa that is also picking this up. So we're excited that God will be taking the message of living for His glory and sending it forth to the people across Africa. So we're very excited.
Amen. And we basically, according to our logo, we did in all areas of life and to all
All
peoples of the
peoples of
world.
the
For
earth.
you, those of you who do high school curriculum, we did years 1 and 2.
Yes, and of course, the whole idea behind this, which is really my heart, is to see that we mobilize Africa. We're talking about Africa experiencing a revival, but it's not a revival, the blessing of having a revival to sit on it. It's so that Africans are being mobilized to become part of God's global agenda to reach the nations. It used to be the gospel going from the west to the rest. And now I believe through what we are doing and talking about in these programs, we're going to be able to challenge the African church so the gospel can go from the rest to the west.
Two major things that are upcoming. Number one, you're going to start training a French speaking pastor in the material, and then you'll record all this in French.
Yeah, this will be produced in French, and we're going to be developing a leader and several leaders all across the French-speaking part of Africa where we have relationships. And the goal is that when resources are produced for English speakings, oftentimes the French-speaking part of Africa is left behind. And so we didn't want this to be the case.
And so, how much of Africa, both English and French, will we be touching?
Once you have English and French, you are way up to the 90% of Africa.
90% of Africa that we'll be touching.
Yes.
And then we found out that this is really season 1 that we just finished, 50 segments. We're going to be doing season 2.
Yeah, so just to keep that in prayer and trust God for provision. That season 2 basically means filming
Another set of 50
a whole
series.
set of 50 episodes to run for another year with the TV stations after the first year has been completed.
Right, reviewing Cat and Dog. And then for those of you who are in the homeschool curriculum, the high school, we'll be doing years 3 and possibly year 4.
Yes.
And focusing on that. And then, Bremo, you also have a heart for a training center.
Yes, we have been going through this for the last nearly 3 years with the Ministry of Spear Africa, and saying that while it is wonderful to go to every village and every community and bring training, I think it will be better and more strategic to have one location where you bring key leaders, equip them, and send them back to their communities. So we're thankful for Pastor Richard Warden and the whole team in Africa with Spear Africa, who birthed the vision to say it is about time that we began to develop a location where we can it can be an equipping center to bring leaders, train them, and send them forth. So I'm excited to be helping to put some fire in the stove there for this vision to move forward, and we are thrilled, and we're thankful also for you and the family of Unveiling Glory for just speaking about that vision and praying that God will touch people to come alongside us to help us with that vision.
And the need for this training center may have something to do with the fact that you're now a husband and a father.
Oh, definitely. Yes.
And you can't travel all over the world like you used to.
It is the case with all the other trainers that we have. They're family people, and we can't put everyone on the road full time. Sometimes bringing people in one location is more productive because it's more focused. Yeah.
So thank you out there, everybody. So many people gave. We did reach the goal. We're so thankful for it. And Be in Prayer, Bremuel and his wife are coming back in February to be recording season 2. And then after that, we begin the training of the French pastors, and in that whole process, raising funds for the actual convention center. So thank you. Just wanted to say that. We so appreciate you. Bye-bye.